Sometimes it is a necessity. The encouragement they provide is badly needed when hope is lost or tragedy finds us. By their lessons, the souls there provide us with the gift of hope. As I walk through my own journey on the earth, I have relied on the unshakable conviction of the souls in the hereafter that the tragedy and hopelessness we experience lead us also to peace and understanding, perhaps here, but certainly in the hereafter. We are all, mother, father, lover, friend, foe, given a role in this lifetime, and we are all outfitted with the life that will best allow our learning to take place. As I came to understand why the souls in the hereafter would choose someone as unlikely as me to interpret and communicate their messages of hope to grieving families here, I need only look back through my life to see how specific was my upbringing to the purpose I would eventually serve. I also have been born to the exact circumstances that I will need to benefit from my job as a messenger when my lessons are over, and I return to the grace of the hereafter, as all of us will. To learn hope, I was shown a vision of the hereafter and its beauty. To learn compassion, I have found people who care no matter what. To learn humility, I have dealt with being thought of by people as either unique or worthless. And to maintain an emotional perspective through other people's pain, I was placed in a family that had trouble dealing with my ability, and who to this day still understand so little of my work. Each of these facets of my life makes up who I am and how I will learn from my own life experiences, as well as affect the experiences of others. When I was born in August 1952, it was a time when Long Island, New York was still mostly farmland and doctors made house calls. I missed by 48 hours the opportunity to be born on the 15th, the feast of the Assumption of our Blessed Mother. That is a major coup de grace if you are the product of an Irish Catholic background, as I am. There was nothing remarkable about my birth except for the fact that it had pretty much been decided that I would be the last Anderson born to my parents, Eleanor and George. My parents, having met each other after their respective first marriages each produced one daughter before ending in divorce, decided to create at least 2 more children, my brother, 2 years my senior, and myself. This completed the perfect family in their eyes, 2 girls and 2 boys. In the early 40s, my father worked on the Pennsylvania Railroad as a baggage clerk until an accident nearly cost him his life. As a result of the accident, he had a near-death experience, the effects of which stayed with him for the rest of his life. Somehow, the memory of his experience put him in a better position to understand what I do and why. After surviving his accident, my father found work at KLM Airlines while my mother contented herself being a housewife and family custodian. My parents were simple working-class people, and our lives revolved around Catholic school, work, and Thursday night outings to the local hamburger restaurant, but only if we kids behaved ourselves. Although my recollection of being 6 years old is not very good, I do remember contracting chicken pox. The thing that I remember most, though, is that it progressively got much worse. I could tell by the alarm in my parents' voices and by the constant doctor visits that I was not getting better, and I felt sick all the time. I came to understand later that I had contracted encephalomyelitis from the chicken pox, and that in most cases children who contracted this illness did not survive. Encephalomyelitis is a virus that attacks the brainstem and produces a swelling in the brain and spinal cord that usually leads to paralysis or death. It was a tense time for my family, because the illness seemed to linger for a few weeks and I lost the ability to move my limbs. When the virus had run its course and seemed to lift slightly, I began to feel better and was eventually able to sit up. We were all hugely relieved. Unfortunately, even after the illness had subsided, I still had no use of my leg.